My name is Marty Plecki. Today I'm working on this Ryobi sander. As you can see, it was used to sand drywall taping compound, and it gets all over so badly that it ended up getting into the switch. So this thing, it was almost impossible to turn to go from side to side. And I'm thinking that the inside of the switch has too much dust in it to make it operate properly. So I'm going to take it apart and see what I find. When you take these things apart, it's important to be very kind of deliberate about taking it apart so that stuff doesn't fall out such that you don't know where it goes back. This may take some time, so I'm not going to video the whole thing. To get these halves apart, I have to take this pad off, and there's a screw here and here that holds the bottom together up here too. As I take it apart, I vacuum this side out, I'll vacuum this side out, I'll vacuum all that out, because that's what we're trying to get rid of. So I cleaned up as much as I could get at in the inside here, and there's one screw over here and two over here. So instead of taking two out, I took one out. Sometimes it's obvious which way this thing opens, and most of the stuff stays on the other half while just this half comes out. So far, well, some things are still in there. I'll have to look at that again. So what was stuck was this contact right there. It was stuck on this side. So I pulled that contact out and placed it where it belongs on this side, and now I'm just going to take this switch apart and see what I can determine. Everything is dusted off, including the inside of the housing. This is the micro switch that turns it on and off. That should just, so I'm not going to take this switch apart yet. I'm going to spray some WD-40 and see if I can flush it out. This switch does not move back and forth. It moves in and out, but it didn't move in and out until I sprayed some of the WD-40 in there. Now it moves in and out, but it sticks sometimes. So I'm going to give it a little bit more WD. It's partially back together, and I'm just going to articulate the switch for you. You can see that it goes in and out without a problem. Everything else is kind of back in place. We're going to assemble it and test it out. All the bearings in there are in great shape. I'm in the process of putting this guy back together now. And I gotta say that if you ask me, this unit is very repairable. It's important when you screw a screw back into plastic that it follows the same threads that were made originally. Otherwise you make so many threads that eventually the plastic fails. The whole thing just comes out. So to find that thread, if you back up, you can just feel it slip into the threads. Now if there's any resistance at all, try it again, but there's no resistance in this one, so I'm going to screw it on home. Before I screw all these whole screws in on the side, I'm going to test this guy to make sure it works. So I'm pretty pleased with that.